Welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving into a really thought-provoking topic, the increasing lifespan. We're not just talking about how long people live, but why it's been changing over time. It seems like the longer we live, the more possibilities there are for society. What do you think?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? The big question is, why are we living longer? It's not just medical advancements, it's a whole shift in society. And I think this ties into something much deeper, like the purpose of our lives. If we live longer, should we be living for ourselves? Or is there something greater at play?
That's a great point. I think a key idea here is the Hongi Kingen philosophy, which suggests that we are meant to live not just for ourselves, but for humanity as a whole. It's about benefiting the world. Do you think this shift in life expectancy could be a sign of something bigger, like humanity evolving towards this greater purpose?
Absolutely. Imagine if we all had that mindset, living to help others, not just accumulating personal wealth or status. This idea of Hungik ideology, living for the broader good of humanity, could totally shift how we think about our time here. Maybe longer life isn't just about more years, but about deeper responsibility.
Right, and when you think about it, it's also about mindset. If people are mentally healthy, they can live longer, healthier lives. But there's also a growing problem with depression, especially in the modern age. People lack hope, and that's where this philosophy becomes so powerful, offering something to believe in.
Definitely. Depression is often tied to a sense of hopelessness, right? And when you look around today, it feels like a lot of things that used to be inspiring no longer carry that weight. People used to admire public figures like politicians or doctors, but now there seems to be a lack of trust. Do you think this lack of role models is contributing to the societal gloom?
I'd say that's a big part of it. In the past, a person could aspire to be something as noble as a doctor or a president. Now, it seems like those positions have lost their luster because we see so many contradictions, so many failures. It's like no one can live up to the ideal anymore. And when the next generation looks at all this, it's easy to lose hope.
Exactly. But I think that's where the shift towards Hongik ideology could be key. It's about showing people that living for others, especially in these uncertain times, can restore that hope. It's like bringing back the idealism of earlier generations, but with a more global, humanitarian focus. How do you think this will impact the younger generation?
If we can help the youth see that their efforts are not just for personal gain, but for the betterment of society as a whole, it could give them a sense of purpose. Think about it. When people feel like they're contributing to something larger than themselves, it's a powerful motivator. And if this idea starts to take root, society could experience a real shift, not just in longevity, but in the quality of life.
It's like we're on the brink of a paradigm shift. You mentioned earlier about our ancestors' wisdom, how they've passed down energy and knowledge over generations. If we tap into that collective wisdom, we might be able to create a future where people are not just surviving longer, but thriving. And that could change everything.
Absolutely. It's not just about living longer. It's about living with purpose. The key here is to reconnect with our roots, embrace this wisdom, and take action. If we do that, we can create a world where depression fades away and people begin to live for something greater than themselves.
And that's the exciting part, right? We're not just talking about living for the sake of living. We're talking about living with meaning, living for humanity. That's the kind of world I think we should be working towards. If we can harness that, the future could be incredibly bright.
Agreed. It's a huge responsibility, but if we start now, who knows what the future holds? So, for our listeners, what do you think? Is the increase in life expectancy just a biological change? Or is it a signal that we need to shift our focus from living for ourselves to living for others?
Definitely something to think about. As always, we want to hear your thoughts on this. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time.